Namaste. I am Ram Sarup Joshi, lecturer in mathematics, Government Model School Asin. Present here with sixth lesson on chapter integrals. Today we are taking the topic integration by partial fractions. Use of partial fractions to find integrals. If we are given a function in rational form, these are some forms. First is px plus q upon this format, where the denominator is factorizable. We can break this in factors. Similarly, the denominator is with repeated factor x minus a square. Then there are different three factors, and the factor of denominator in the form of x minus a, x square plus bx plus c. What is the procedure? Let us understand. If there is a fraction, rational function px upon qx in this form, and the highest power in the numerator is x raised to power n, and in denominator it is x raised to power m. Say, if these are not equal, n is not equal to m, and n is greater than m, then first divide px, this function numerator, by denominator, and change this in proper rational function. This is proper fraction and this is improper fraction. And in algebra, how can we determine if the numerator contains x raised to power n as highest power term and denominator as x raised to power m as highest power term? If n is greater than m or n is equal to m, then the given rational function is in improper form. So we will divide numerator by denominator, then we will have this type of two parts. This will be proper fraction. So how to find partial fractions? I am taking one example and I will explain it with the help of example. I am taking question number 3 from your textbook, exercise 7.5, question number 3. We have to integrate 3x minus 1 divided by x minus 1, x minus 2 and x minus 3. I am explaining once again the procedure by flow chart. First of all, see the function. It is proper fraction. Proper or improper? Improper fraction. Then change into proper fraction. It means the highest power in numerator must be less than the highest power in denominator. Here see, x and x, here it is x cube and in numerator it is 1. So this is proper fraction. If it is not in proper form, then change it in proper form by dividing numerator by denominator. If these are equal, the powers are equal in numerator and denominator, then divisible. Or we can say, if numerator is divisible by denominator, then divide. And first simplify them. If there is common factor, then cancel that. Then improper to proper, and if it is proper, then proceed. Not improper, then it will be proper. Now what will we do? Factorize the denominator. If not so, if so, then proceed further. Say here the factors are given of the denominator, so there is no need. If we are not given the denominator in form of factors, then find factors. Then choose corresponding form with constants as A, B, C, etc. Then choose the corresponding form with constant as A, B, C according denominator. If denominator is in this form, then these are the partial fraction. We replace them by x minus a and x minus b. A upon this and b upon this. If it is with repeated factor, two factors, then this will be the form. If there are three factors of the denominator in simple form, then this will be the way to express in partial fractions. And if it is this is the way two factors are repeated, then there will be two parts for this, two fractions for this, a upon x minus a, b upon x minus a square, and then c upon x minus b. And here this part is not factorizable. Then for this we will write bx plus c upon x square plus bx plus c. So compare with this forms and choose the corresponding partial fractions with a, b, c as arbitrary constants to be found. Then using algebra, find a, b, c, etc. etc. Then what will you do? Then write the function as sum or difference of functions. Integrate each separately. Then and then reach the answer. That is integral of given function. This is the way. I am repeating it. First, if the rational function is not in proper form, it is improper fraction, then change it to proper fraction. After that, take the proper fraction and factorize denominator if it is not in this form. If factors are given, there is no need to do anything. Then choose the corresponding form of the partial fractions with a, b, c as constant. There may be two constants or there may be more than two constants. There will be three constants at most. Then find the value of ABC with the help of equations formed by comparing coefficients. How we will find these? By comparison of, by making equations on comparison, by equations on comparison of coefficients. coefficients of the different powers x square, x, or constants. And see, in the way we proceed and we will reach the results. Now taking one example, this is the example. Here this is proper fraction, so this function is in proper form, fraction form, so there is no need to change this. 3x minus 1 upon x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 equal to, let the proper its partial fractions be a upon x minus 1 plus b upon x minus 2 plus c upon x minus 3 as given in the third part. Here we are having the term with x and constant on in numerator, and the power here is x to power 1 and it will be on multiplication 3. So this is proper fraction. Now simplify them. The LCM is product of these three factors because all are different. So here a into x minus 2 into x minus 3 plus b into x minus 1 into x minus 3 plus c into x minus 1 into x minus 2. This will be x square minus 5x plus 6a, and this will be x square minus 4x plus 3b plus x square minus 3x plus 2c, and divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Now further simplify the x square. Here the coefficient of x square is 1, so 1a plus b and plus c x square. What about the coefficient of x? It is minus 5a. It is minus 4b, 4 into b, and minus 3 into c x. And then the term without the powers of x, 6a plus 3b plus 2c divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Here the denominators are equal. If we compare these two, we are writing this in this form, for a upon this, b upon this factor, c upon this factor. Then on comparison, the terms must be equal for similar variables. So it is 3x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. So these are equal. Now what is x square in this part? It is 0 because here we are having no x square. So the first equation will be on comparison. We have a plus b plus c equal to 0 because here the coefficient of x square is 0. Here coefficient is a plus b plus c. Now second, minus 5a minus 4b minus 3c into x is 3x. So we can write 5a plus 4b minus 3c in place of minus. We can write plus 5a plus 4b plus 3c equal to minus 3, because here we can have minus, if we take minus outside, 5a plus 4b minus 3c, and it is 3. So this will be the equation second. And third, compare the constants on both sides. 6a plus 3b minus 2c will be equal to minus 1. These are three. Now solve these three equations from equation 1. C is equal to minus A plus B. If we put the value of C from this equation 1 into 2 and 3, then we will have two equations, new equations in A and B only. So it will be 5A plus 4B plus 3 into minus A minus B. So it will be 3 into minus A minus B equal to minus 3. And we can solve it further. 5A plus 4B minus 3A minus 3B equal to minus 3. So 5 minus 3, that is 2A, and 4B minus 3B, that is B, and it is equal to minus 3. This is, we may call it as equation number 4. So on substituting value of C equal to A minus B in 1, this is we are getting from 1. 2. Now similarly put the value of C in equation 3. It is 6A plus 3B plus 2 into minus A minus B equal to minus 1. So 6 minus 2A, that is 4A. 3 minus 2B, that is B. 3 minus 2, that is B, and 6A minus 2A, that is 4A, equal to minus 1. Say this equation as 5. Now find value of A and B with equation 4 and 5. So we are having 2A plus B equal to minus 3 and 4A plus B equal to minus 1. And the coefficient of B are equal, so subtracting them, this will be minus 4A minus B, and this will be plus. So minus 2A plus 0 will be equal to minus 2. So A will be equal to 1. The value of A is 1, then B will be, from any one of the equation we can find the value of B. B equal to, from 4 minus 3 minus 2A, it will be minus 3 minus 2 into 1, that is minus 5. So A is 1 and B is minus 5. What about C? Put here the value of A and B, and C equal to minus A minus B, and it will be minus 1 and B is minus 5, so it will be plus 5, it is 4. So what are the values of A, B and C? A is equal to 1, B equal to minus 5, and C equal to 4. These are the three value of constants, and if we put here, we can easily integrate them in this function. This function is written in form of addition of three functions, and we can integrate this and we can find the integration of this function. Up to this stage, we found the values of A, B and C respectively as 1, minus 5 and 4. Put here in this function, we will have 1 upon x minus 1, minus 5 upon, we can write directly minus 5 here, minus 5 upon x minus 2, and plus 4 upon x minus 3. And these three functions are easily integrable. So what we have done up to this step, we have splitted this function in three functions, different functions, as addition and subtraction of three functions. Now integrate this. If we want to integrate this, integration of 3x minus 1 divided by x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 with respect to x. Integration with respect to x will be the integration of these three separate functions. You can write direct minus 5 into integration of dx upon x minus 2 plus 4 into integration of minus 3. It is simple because here we are not having any coefficient of x, its coefficient is 1, so it is log of x minus 1 integration is, and constant of integration you can take c1. Now minus 5 into logarithm of x minus 2. Don't forget to put the sign of absolute value or modulus. You must write it in form of modulus because the differentiation of log of x minus 2 is 1 upon x minus 2, and again minus x plus 2, that is with minus sign, is also the same. Minus c2 plus 4 into log of x minus 3 plus c3. You can multiply this by 4 or this by minus 5. It makes no difference at all. So we will have log of x minus 1 minus 5 times log of x minus 2 plus 4 times log of x minus 3 plus a single constant of integration, put it direct here as c. Take another type of question in which the variable's power, highest power in numerator is greater than denominator. So in this case, we will divide this x cube plus x plus 1 by x square minus 1. We can use this method here. If we want to have x square in as a factor, then we will take x common from x cube, or one factor will be x, so take x outside and it will be x square minus 1. Then it is x cube, compensates this, it is equal to this, and then we will get minus x. X is always here, already here, so we will add x to this. This is minus x, so x plus 1, and it will be in the form 2x plus 1 divided by x square minus 1. And in another way, we can divide x cube plus x plus 1 by x square minus 1, because the power here is 3 and in denominator it is 2, so this is greater than this, so we have to divide it, and it is not proper fraction. In the form of proper fraction, it is in form of improper. So we will divide x square, divide x cube by x square, we will get x as quotient. So multiply this by x, we will get x cube, and minus 1 to x, this is minus x. Then subtract with changing the signs of this x cube minus x, we will get 2x plus 1. Now the power here is less than this x square in x, so it is the quotient remainder. So we can write direct this x plus x square minus 1 will cancel with the x square minus 1, x plus 2x plus 1 divided by x square minus 1. And it is again this by using this method. This will be x into x square minus 1 plus 2x plus 1 x square minus 1 dx. It will be simply x plus 2x plus 1 upon x square minus 1 dx. Or we can put it direct here, write it direct here, as it is clear from here. Integration of x plus 2x plus 1 upon x square minus 1 dx. Break this in two integrals, integration x dx plus integration of 2x plus 1 upon x square minus 1 dx. Now what is differentiation of 2x square minus 1? It is 2x. 2x is present here. So we can again break this in two parts. 2x upon x square minus 1 integration of dx and plus integration of 1 upon x square plus 1 dx. Now we can easily integrate all the three functions. I didn't use here the partial fractions. The integration of this is x square by 2 plus c1 say. And here if we put x square minus 1 equal to t, then twice x dx will be dt. So it will become integration of dt upon t, and that is log of t, and it will be plus integration of dt upon t, that is log t, log of x square minus 1. We will put here the modulus absolute value square minus 1 and plus we will use here the formula x square minus 1 and its integral will be determined by integration of dx upon x square minus a square, and it is 1 upon 2a into log of x minus a upon x plus a plus c. So using this formula we can integrate this. Here a is 1. In place of a we are having 1. So it will be 1 upon 2a, that is 2 into 1, and log of x minus a, that is x minus 1 upon x plus 1 and plus c3, and here plus c2. So arrange them once again. X square upon 2 plus log of x square minus 1 plus 1 upon 2 log of x minus 1 upon x plus 1 and plus c. We can further simplify this. Say this is integration is x square upon 2 plus we may call it I1. So here I1 is integration of 2x upon x square minus 1 dx. So partial fraction for this will be 2x upon x square minus 1 equal to the factors of this is x plus 1 and x minus 1. So a upon x minus 1 plus b upon x plus 1. Simplify this. A into x plus 1, b into x minus 1, x minus 1 into x plus 1. And for further simplification, the coefficient of x will be a plus bx, and the remaining constant will be a into 1, that is a, and minus b upon x minus 1 into x plus 1. So 2x upon this will be x square minus 1 or x minus 1 into x minus 1 plus 1. So denominators are equal. What is x? The coefficient of x is here. It is a plus b and it is here 2. So comparing, on comparison. A plus b equal to 2 and a minus b, I have forgotten to write x here, x plus 1 and a minus b is 1 here. I1 is this. So on addition we will get 2a equal to 3 and a equal to 3 by 2 and then b equal to 2 minus a, that is 2 minus 3 by 2, it is 1 by 2. So put the values of a and b here. We will get here in place of this as a is 3 by 2, 3 by 2 into 1 upon x minus 1 and then plus 1 by 2 into 1 upon x plus 1 dx. And this will lead us 3 by 2 integration of x minus 1 dx plus 1 by 2 integration of 1 upon x plus 1, or we can write it dx numerator. This is dx upon x minus 1 and this is integrate this. This is 3 by 2 and log of x minus 1 plus 1 by 2 log of x plus 1 and here constant of integration c1 and c2. This is c2 and this is c3 and here it is c1, say. So what is I here? I will be equal to x square by 2 plus c1 and then plus 3 by 2 log of x minus 1, its absolute value, plus c2 and plus 1 by 2 log of x plus 1 plus c3 and we will get x square upon 2 plus 3 by 2 log of x minus 1 plus 1 by 2 log of x plus 1 and then a single constant of integration, that is c. This is the answer. And in previous solution, if we simplify that further, we will get the same. So this is the solution of the equation. The given integration. So we can find, first of all, divide this by x square minus 1, break this in two parts, then this is easily integrable. We can integrate in two manners. 2x upon x square 1 is one part and 1 upon x square minus 1 is second part, or use partial fractions. In this solution I have taken partial fraction for solution. The partial fractions are these, then integrate using the formula here we applied, dt upon t equal to log of t, and this is the second part. Then the complete integration of this function is this.